Namaste, I'm Hindol Gupta. I am joining you from Oxford, where I live and where I'm at the university. And I'm most pleased to join one more session of Vichar Manthan. I have been very pleased to join Vichar Manthan in America, where I used to live, and now here in England. I'm sorry I couldn't join you straight away on my own coming from Oxford to Leicester. I'm very caught up with a couple of really urgent things in Oxford. Otherwise, I would have joined you this evening at Leicester. But I'm still intrigued and delighted to participate in this wonderful conversation about the future of India and indeed of Britain and their combined future together. How can India, really, which is rising, help Britain? And I have a few thoughts which I want to put to you about that subject. My first thought begins with the idea that India and Britain, if you really look at these two countries, their economies are, in a sense, side by side. At the moment, the British economy is the fifth largest economy in the world, whereas India is the sixth largest economy in the world. But that might very soon flip over. In fact, many believe that this is the year, 2019 is the year, when India will become the fifth largest economy in the world and Britain the sixth largest economy in the world. This side by sideness, in a sense, has something very potent to tell us. What it tells us is if India and Britain were to cooperate together, then that they could really do wonderful things as far as trade and commerce and to build prosperity in both countries. They have many things in common. And I think India's bustling market, it has to be understood after this magnificent victory, this great democratic victory that Narendra Modi has won once again for the BJP in India, means that his second term will really be devoted onto one big idea. Remember, the Indian economy at the moment needs a little bit of sprucing up. China's economy is slowing. India's economy is doing well, but it isn't doing as well as it could be. And therefore, all the effort of this economy will now go into getting spruced up. And Narendra Modi's effort will be to propel economic growth in the country, which is very important, especially because there is a job crisis at hand. And indeed, there's agrarian problems in the agricultural economy among farmers. So, what will really happen? Well, he will really push, Narendra Modi will really push to boost demand. And that demand, the boosting of demand in India, especially rural demand, would be a great engine, not only for India, but for anybody who's trading with India. Now, India actually can be a great place for the United Kingdom to source a lot of material that it might be buying at much higher rates from other parts of the world, including from the European Union. It can actually buy from India. And in the UK could be buying a whole host of goods and services from India, which it could buy at a far cheaper price than what it would be buying from the European Union. That's a straight case for better ties for India and Europe. The other big point, remember, is that the UK and India are part of something called the Commonwealth. Now, the Commonwealth, which is made up of all these countries which were once part of the British Empire, so to speak. But of course, there is a democratic avatar to the Commonwealth at this point in time. And that democratic avatar really means, if you look at it from the perspective of international power and influence, the Commonwealth is one place where India does not have to compete with its other two great rivals in the international arena, China, and of course, America, but especially China. Now, remember, the Commonwealth is a place where India does not have to live under the shadow of the hegemony of either the United States of America or China. Therefore, it's a very exciting place, in a sense, for India, which is a rising power, to engage itself, entrench itself in doing more business within the Commonwealth. And that is actually to great advantage to the United Kingdom, because, of course, the Commonwealth, in a sense, is a creation of the United Kingdom. So the leadership, of course, of the Commonwealth, in a sense, led by, in a combined sort of way, the United Kingdom and India, could do wonders for both economies and indeed for the rest of the Commonwealth. This is an arena that these two countries can, in a sense, dominate together and really spread peace and prosperity and great business and economic ties throughout the Commonwealth together and to the mutual benefit of both these two countries. The other big thing that I always think about when I think about India UK ties is the importance of the place called London. Now, you have to understand that London is not just a place in the Indian economic imagination. Enormous amount of trade happens through London for Indian business. Some statistics say that most of the masala bonds, in fact, which are created, actually happen here at London. And that in London as a financial hub, I don't see its importance diminishing because remember, London is also geographically in a sweet place. It is just the right distance from India. It's not too far away. America, of course, Indians could do business in America, but in America is a bit too far away. And even today, culturally, many Indians are quite at home in London. So that's a very exciting thing for India and UK to really explore. Can Indian business do more and more work in London? Could London open its doors for India to do more and more business, especially in the financial services, with the city of London? The other great pillar of India and UK ties, of course, is the Indian diaspora in the United Kingdom. The Indian diaspora in the United Kingdom is about 1.5 million people, roughly 1.5 million people, and they contribute about 6% at the moment of the British economy, of the United Kingdom's economy. And that's a very large number. A contribution of 6% from 1.5 million people is a disproportionately large number that the Indian diaspora now contributes to the British economy, to the United Kingdom economy. And that will only keep going up because all statistics suggest that Indians will become the most important diaspora in the United Kingdom economy. This will be the most influential, the most highly educated, and the wealthiest, perhaps, minority group within the United Kingdom, and will have great influence within the United Kingdom economy, and they could drive greater economic change within the UK and greater ties with India. That's another clear place where India and Britain can cooperate together. The other thing, of course, is in education. And I want to greatly stress upon the fact that a lot of Indian students prefer the United Kingdom as their first port of call when they think of studying overseas. And that's an exciting opportunity that is only growing over the years. The British government, tries to facilitate it in whatever way possible, and that's a very exciting opportunity for India and UK to collaborate through the evening scholarships. That's a great scholarship program. A lot of Indians, very influential Indians in the past, and indeed at the moment, have benefited and benefiting from this. They become, in a sense, living bridges between India and the UK, and they are another part or another place where Indians can really help, or India can really help by reaching out into the United Kingdom, and both countries can cooperate together because those Indians, once they go back home, they take their influence and their experience in the United Kingdom, and then they build companies. They're in government, they're in civil society, and they help benefit not only India but India's ties with the United Kingdom. So that's another great group that will, in the future, I see great potential to keep propelling. The United Kingdom has some of the best education institutions in the world, and this combination can be a win-win combination for both India and the United Kingdom. So for all these reasons, I am a great optimist about the India-UK relationship, Brexit or no Brexit. I feel there's a lot of potential for India and the United Kingdom to really collaborate and build great economic ties, cultural ties, political ties in the future. And I think the time is ripe. The time is now. No matter what happens with Brexit, I think the future is a time when India and UK could truly take their relationship to the next level. And that's my opinion, and I think that's my considered opinion. And I want to put to you that there is a great opportunity here. Thanks very much for listening to me. And thank you very much once again. You've been a wonderful audience. Thanks very much for inviting me to speak here to you at Leicester at Vichar Manthan. As I said, I've been, Vichar Manthan has been a very kind host to other talks that I've done in other parts of the world, including in America. And I'm delighted to be part of Vichar Manthan, which I always think that, the audience at Vichar Manthan, I've always seen as some of the most educated and very interesting people I have met at Vichar Manthan, with who have always asked me very thoughtful questions and have always given very thoughtful inputs to whatever I was considering at that point in time. So I'm always excited to be part of Vichar Manthan, and thank you very much once again for inviting me to talk to you. Thank you.